welcome to my morning yoga flow. So this flow is all about getting up and moving. If you haven't looked up the benefits of morning yoga, you have so many benefits. It helps start your morning, it helps with fatigue. Those of you that like 10 cups of coffee in the morning, maybe let's cut down to 9 and do a yoga routine instead, and that's just gonna build so much natural energy. It also helps with your joints. Sometimes we get cramped out from the way we sleep at night, especially if you're sleeping with someone else that cramps your style, if you have a pet in the bed that likes to take up all the room, any of that. So let's go ahead and get up and move. Okay, we're gonna start in a comfortable seated position. For my morning yoga practice, I like to sit crisscross. It's more comfortable for me. Sometimes my hips aren't awake enough for me to take a lotus, but take whatever suits your needs. Let's go ahead and set an intention for the day. So hands to your knees, close your eyes and breathe. Let's think about our intention for the day. What do you want to accomplish today? What do you want your life to look like today? Let's picture it in our heads as we inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. One more breath here. Let's inhale, float our eyes open, and remember the intention through the class. And we're just going to start awakening our spine by a seated cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, tilt our pelvis forward, bring our heart through, look up. Exhale, round the back, round the spine, allow the pelvis to tilt back. Forwards, look down. Inhale, round through the back. Pull your heart through. Exhale, push back, allow your head to drop. We have 3 more in own breath. Fluidity. Imagine all the energy you're going to have throughout your day today. Last one. Exhale, release. We're going to do a side body stretch now. Face you so you can see. We're going to inhale, lengthen through the crown of our head, through our spine. Exhale, allow your right hand to drop towards the mat, and then your left arm comes up and overhead. So if your shoulder is not awake this morning, no worries. Just bring your hand to your shoulder so you can work on opening up through the chest as you lengthen. And you can send that elbow up. But breathe. If it's hard for your neck to look up, you can look down at your right hand, and you're still getting the same stretch. I'm really pressing through that left glute. Inhale, arms up overhead into center, Exhale, release that left hand down, right arm comes up and overhead. Again, always option to take that shoulder position and breathe. Open up through the chest and that right sit bone back into space. Connect it to the earth. Breathe. Inhale back to center, and then we're going to exhale to tabletop. So just plant your hands, cross your ankles, come into a neutral tabletop position. Let's work on this tabletop. Press the ground away with your hands. Wrists are directly under your shoulders, knees are directly underneath your hips. Take 2 breaths. Just center, hug your navel in toward your spine. Press the ground away slightly so you have a neutral back. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale our left leg back into space. When you're ready, lift up your left leg, make it parallel with the mat. So we're not opening up through our hips, we're keeping everything centered. And then you can lengthen through your right arm. Oh yeah. This is going to bring energy through our day. We're firing up that solar plexus, that for a chakra, and breathe. One more breath. Exhale, plant that left hand down. This left leg comes around directly outside of your hip socket. Press back. You could choose to stay here if this is where your body needs, but if not, we're going to come up to Purvasana. Gate pose, arms to a T. Inhale, breath. Exhale, hinge towards your leg. Drop your hand either below your knee or above your knee. Allow your right arm to come overhead, and we're opening up through the chest here. You can bring that right arm to your hip and still open up through the chest if that feels better for your shoulders, but breathe. I'm going to tell you to breathe this whole class because that's so important to awaken your body. That's part of what's going to give us all this energy throughout the day today. One more breath. Exhale. Hands back to a T. Plant them down. And let's go ahead and push back into a downward facing dog. So I'm just going to leave my left leg where it is. I'm going to curl my right toes under, and I'm just going to press back. So I'm in a weird downward facing dog position. It's more like a Pasarita Pradipottanasana. So our legs are wide. It's going to open up our hamstrings. I'm not putting any weight on my shoulders here. I'm pressing the ground away. 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath. Release through the mouth. Look at your hands, and we're just going to come back to our tabletop position. So plant your hands, bring that left foot back. I'm in my tabletop position. Let's take 2 breaths here. Press the ground away. Come back to your intention. What are you trying to accomplish today? What are your goals for today? Who are you going to be kind to today? Let's exhale everything out through the mouth. And we're going to inhale our right leg back into space. You could start on the ground and then slowly lift it. When you feel centered, we're going to lengthen up through our left arm. So long line of energy. Keep that right leg high. Breathe. Suck in that belly. Activating the core. Look down. That helps with their stability. 2 more breaths. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, plant the left hand down. The right leg is going to sweep out directly out of your hip socket. Press back slightly. If this feels good for your body here, you're working on your inner thigh, go ahead and stay here. But if you want to do the side body stretch, inhale, rise up to a T. Exhale, hinge towards that right leg. Drop that right hand down and the left arm comes up and over or to your shoulder if you're just opening up through your shoulder. Breathe. Really breathe into this pose. Breathe into your left side. Look down if that's hurting your neck to look up. You get the same stretch, really open through the side body. If you can, rotate that left hand towards the ground, pinky finger towards the ground. Exhale, hands to a T. Plant them down on the ground. Curl your left toes under. I'm going to press back into that downward facing dog. So I personally like to come up on my fingertips so I know I'm not putting too much pressure in my shoulders. And I'm just breathing through my hamstrings. Inhale, you can halfway lift your head and then slowly drop it a little bit to create some more length in your hamstrings and breathe. 2 more breaths. Open up the hamstrings, open up the lower body, awaken your body. Look up at your hands, maybe back in that tabletop position. Let's do some cat-cows, 2 cat-cows. Inhale, raise your head, drop your belly, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press the ground away, drop your head. Last one, inhale, lift the gaze, lift the head, lift the tailbone, heart pulls through. Exhale, press the ground away, round the back, drop the tailbone. Come up on your fingertips and press a little bit further. Last one. Come up to a seated position. Okay. We're going to do some spinal twists and then we are done. So let's inhale our arms up overhead, lengthening through the crown of our head, through our torso, through our spine. Exhale, your left hand comes to your right knee and the right arm comes behind you. Look gently behind you. This is the morning. We're being gentle with our body. Breathe into that spine, twist through your midline. One more breath. Exhale, your arms back up through the center. Exhale that right arm to your left knee and your left arm comes behind you. Gently look over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let's bring our hands to heart center. Come back to your intention. Our hands are at our heart. Love, compassion, empathy. How are your goals today? How are they compassionate to the world, to other people, to yourself? What can we do that's productive today? What can we do to ignite our passion today? One more breath here. Exhale, let's bow, thanking our body for this practice. Flutter your eyes open and namaste. Thank you for joining this quick morning yoga flow. If you'd like to see more, please let me know. And if you want to check out my beginner mini series I have, I'll link it in the description below. I also have a yoga course series if you want to check that out. But thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.